Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun videos here on YouTube. Today, we're going to be going into episode 21 of our Core Keeper run-through. Now, a few people have been asking me this. Yes, this is a playthrough and a guide. What I've been trying to do is actually, as I'm doing things, showcase how I'm doing them, why I'm doing them, and stuff like that. So, yes, if inside the video you have questions, you are more than welcome to ask them, and I will try to respond accordingly. I know a few people have been like, it's been really great to watch you, but is it okay if I ask questions? You know, how would you answer? And I'm like, well, I'll just answer in the comments. So, for that matter, you are more than welcome to do so. Okay, so in a previous video, we actually went through and we managed to... Ooh, why is the game feeling a little glitchy here? I'm not liking that. See the little glitch move? I don't know what that's all about. But anyways, we made our little automated farm. Sometimes it does that periodically. And now we have some wood automatically growing and blah, blah, blah. And we can do this, you know, periodically with whatever we need. So what I usually like to do is, of course, I like to have... the drills on each side, right? So, I mean, it makes sense to have that. I don't see why you wouldn't want to do that, but obviously everyone has their own opinion on what they want to do. So, let's take some stuff and move it around. We got to look at what we don't have and what we need. Obviously, I got a crazy amount of iron. We know that for a fact because I went ham on the iron areas. So we need to look at what we need next, and that is 100% copper and tin. Now, usually what I like to recommend is if you are going to be making more materials, obviously look at what you might need. We might need some more electricity stuff and blah, blah, blah. I think it's time for us to start organizing this a little bit better. So of course, we have our workbench, and we have our other workbench over here, too. It might be wise for us to actually move this stuff a little bit closer, but for now, I'll just put it here. I like having these things close-ish to the chest, because obviously, if you go like this, and you click on here, well, you can't access it, right? But if it's actually accessible from, like, this is a repair bench. This repair bench does not need to be here. This, however, can be right here. And now we could automatically make stuff because it's accessing the chest. You see what I'm saying? And then the workbench can go right there. So the workbench will feed off of... Like, we also have the anvil, same situation too. Although with the anvil, I don't think we're really making much, I guess. We still need wool, so... But anyways, we always have I always have scrap parts on me, so it's like, okay, yes, is it good to have that? I don't know, like we could probably put scrap parts in here. But basically what I'm getting at is wherever the chest is, whatever's connected to the chest, you can access for free for, you know, using the resources that are from inside the chest, even though they're not in your inventory. So that's why you see things around here. So we have tin, and of course we have iron. We're just doing... yeah, we need more tin. Yeah, so we're just doing like cutting down trees. Like, we don't need any more than that, really. It's not a necessity. Okay, so let's grab this, shove that in there, and then put the tin in there so it can smelt. Grab the iron out of there. I'm more inclined to get a lot of tin right now anyways. We'll put down this other little crew drill. Now, ideally what you can do is obviously you don't have to follow suit with what I'm doing right now, right? Like, it's completely up to you if this is something that you want to do. Don't feel like you have to. I like automation. Automation makes it easy to obviously survive and get free stuff later on. But of course, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. So we went in the iron biomes, and now I'm ready to go a little bit further and probably take on trying to get a little... I mean, I don't necessarily need copper, I guess, but we are probably going to need some more electricity down the road, especially if I want to make an automatic slime farm. So I guess I can just go browse around a little bit here. Now, copper is super easy to get now that I, of course, have our hammer. But just for the sake of this video, I don't want to spend too much time. I really want to try to get a lot of iron. But I will also just smash up literally everything that I can. Like, yeah, we have this crazy hammer now, and... You know, it's obvious how much more damage we're doing in these biomes. So the fact that we have this is really cool. I would love to see... Oh, you know what? I just noticed. Oh my gosh. I have so many points that are just sitting here doing nothing. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's funny. Did I get anything for my pet at all? No, I didn't. Okay. I keep forgetting about that all the time. Okay, so as time goes on, you're probably going to find that you're going to, you know, basically devour a lot of these biomes, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing to do that. What I probably would recommend doing, though, is if you are devouring the biomes, just keep track of, you know, where you're at. Like, try to do like one area, then another area, rather than just sporadic like holes everywhere. There's something, as time goes on in Core Keeper, you'll find that like it's not necessary for you to obviously get a million you know, things of the ore that you're looking for. I don't know what utility Snap is referring to that you get after this hammer, but I'm really excited to find out what it is. So, you know, whenever we find out, I'm going to be pretty excited. I don't think we need to fight anymore. Oh, we're in like, we're in something. I don't know where the hell we are right now, but we're in something. I don't know if it's necessary to continue to get like a crazy amount of this iron. Sorry, of this ore. But I think as time goes on, you know, we'll use it for other things, and I want to make better and longer, longer like rail systems. So now we're in the Azias biome, so we're gonna need to have, you know, a lot more drills. So, oh my, what the heck? These guys came out of nowhere. Oh well, they got wrecked anyways. So yeah, so like as time goes on, you will probably need a lot. I haven't actually really gotten too much into focusing on getting a lot of wood, although we have the automated farm now, so it's not going to get us a lot of wood, but it's going to get us an okay amount. So at least for that, it's kind of done and not a big deal. Yeah, so I'm going to keep exploring here, try to get a little bit more of our tin if we can, although it's doesn't seem like there's a lot of it. The one thing that I've actually noticed too, which I think is true, is that they buffed how much damage bombs do for when it comes to mining. But the thing is that you don't really need that though, because like honestly, now that you have the hammer, it kind of like takes away from that in a way. So yeah, I don't really think you need that. I don't know. I mean, at least for me anyways, it's like I don't really use bombs at all in Core Keeper. If you use bombs, let me know. Yeah, slime farms are not really that necessary, although you can use them for gathering certain resources. Of course, slime is used for lots of stuff. You know, we are still waiting for wool in order to get better upgrades for our armor. So wool is now necessary for getting a little bit further down. And I think when we get octarine, the same thing will work. Octarine is the next step when it comes to the next biome after the Azias biome. So yeah, go Scarlet and then Octarine, and then I don't know. I guess in like some sort of lava magma armor. I don't even know. I haven't honestly when I did the stuff for the desert, I actually stopped at the I actually stopped at that update. I didn't get a chance to really experience much of it. I think I did like one small boss or something, and then that was it. But I kind of stopped, and that was basically where we left off. Pretty much like what I've been doing with Core Keeper is the game is like it feels like the game is basically like, you know, ready and complete, but in all truth, like this game is still early access, right? So a lot of people play this game and they're like, oh, the game's officially out. It's like, no, the game is still early access. Like, I don't think that this game is going to be officially ready to fly until they finish their last biome, and then after that, I don't even know what their plans are from there. I mean, they can keep going and going and going as much as they want, right? So yeah, once this game is 100%, I mean, you're going to be able to put a ton of hours into Core Keeper. So that's basically what I waited on. I knew a bunch of updates were coming, and I said to myself, well, I want to do a full new run. I don't want to just like piggyback off of what we had previously. I want to start fresh because I've had a lot of requests, especially on my stream, people talking about, you know, I've been trying to follow along with you in your previous build, but it's a little bit older. So at least something new that people can kind of follow along with and appreciate and stuff like that. So all right, so yeah, I'm pretty much just going through and talking while I'm getting the ore. I'm thinking on like other things that we might need to be working on, but as I said previously, it takes some time to really go in and work on stuff that are more tedious than anything, right? So you always have those moments, especially in games like even in in Minecraft, you know, you might have a moment where you're not really focusing on fighting things. It's now, okay, we got to build a nice base. It has to be efficient, and so on and so on. So that's pretty much what we're doing now. It's not that our base is not efficient. It's just that we need to get ore in case for any reason we might need it for something, right? I don't think I need any more spikes. Spikes don't do too much damage, but we can still automate with spikes, and that's kind of what I'm going to try setting up. But the thing is right now is that we still need a lot of copper. We still need a lot of tin. So before I can really set up a ton of stuff without having to worry about my resources, we got to make sure we have what we need. So yeah, you don't want to go into like an automation system with having limited resources, because if you use it all and then somebody says, oh man, I really need to like make blank, but I need to have this, you want to make sure you have like an overabundance amount of that ore, and you can go through it really quick. Originally when Core Keeper first was made, they would, I forget what it was. Oh, what's this? Hunting spear. Oh, that's kind of, yeah, that's like an old weapon anyways. I found that you were able to get away with using a lot less resources for making certain things. And then they made it, you know, they obviously had to nerf a few things and buff a few things, right? Because people were going like, I'm left over with like all this ore and I have nothing to do with it. Or sorry, nothing to do with it at all. So it's like, I've gotten all of it and it's just sitting there. And I think that's kind of what happened with like scrap pieces and stuff too. Like, so that was a big thing, and they really fine-tuned it, so it's really well done now. Like I definitely love it. Okay, so we have a little bit of tin. I don't know. Does it warrant getting going back right now? I'd probably say yeah. We don't really need to stay out here any longer. Really, I don't really need much tin. It's more copper than anything. I like to play around with that stuff. So copper is super necessary, because in order for me to make electricity and hide the wires, you need a lot of copper. So definitely going to need a lot of that. And that's, you know, where copper's found. It's found in dirt. So don't worry too much about that. If you have to get copper, it should be fairly simple for you. The one thing that I noticed is that I don't know if this exists or not, but I really kind of hope it does, is a pet that can actually mine for you to help you get, you know, whatever you might need. So this is dirt walls. So yeah, there should be a bunch of copper in here. Because what I would like is that if I had a pet next to me that could help me mine, or at least show me where, you know, where the ore might be. Like, for example, if it went in the direction where the next set of ore is, that would help a lot. So I don't know if that exists or not, but if it does, that would be pretty cool. I don't think it does. I mean, I haven't seen anything like that. Okay, here. We don't need clay walls. Useless. Random chest. Get rid of the dirt walls. I don't need that either. Lantern. Free copper. There's a key, I think, or something. Potions. Fungal chest. Dirt. And mortar. Alright. So basically the game just hands you a bunch of like stuff that we don't even need. I shouldn't really have deleted that, but we're not having anybody new joining the server. Yeah, so if they had something like that, I would actually really like it a lot, because then I could just go, hey, here you go, you know, a little like creature thing. Help me get, you know, or at least help show me where the next set of whatever, you know, you're trying to get iron or whatever it might be. And that could get, I guess, a little bit overpowered if they did that, but still, I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world, especially if that was only the only thing that the pet could do, you know? Like, don't let it attack, don't let it give you a boost in mining speed, but just, you know, let it show you where the ore might be. Oh wait, that's like a little track system, eh? To me, that doesn't sound too overpowered. I mean, I guess it could be in a way if it's just showing you where things are, but I don't know. Especially if it's only like a few tiles away. Right now, we just have it where the light shines where it's at, so I guess that helps a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna be exploring for a while. And that's why whenever you find, like, we got really lucky that our base had a copper vein in it. Like, that's, to me, that's pretty awesome. It's not that you don't see that often, but when it happens, it's good to see it. So we already have free copper coming in anyways. I keep forgetting that we probably have some stuff already smelted that I don't really need to be out here and doing this, but... Okay, and then how close are we to the base? We're like right here. Okay, so let's head back in, get some more stuff smelting, and then I want to look at to see what we might need. When I say what we might need, I'm referring to what we might need in the base for our next automation farm. So we see all the slimes running around, right? We don't really want those slimes, like... We don't want the slimes obviously attacking us, right? So we want to pool the slimes into an area where they're gonna die. Sounds crazy, and it sounds like it might be hard, but it's really not that bad. You just got to play around with a few things. Okay, so let's put some stuff away. Of course, we have chests now that I can shove pretty much everything I want into it. Here, we'll shove like random. Oh, I need that. We'll shove random stuff in here first. Let's dump our crap off in here. Take back this because obviously they don't need to have all that. Dump that in there. Peppers. And this is like a bunch of random things. I think we should put this in here, this in here. Don't know what that is. You can have all this stuff. Crab meat. Oh, I don't. You know what? I put another chest down. Oh wow, I definitely don't like the look of that. Why it's, or, you know what? I kind of like that look sideways like that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'll fix that another day. We have a lot of healing potions. Of course, we have a enrage potion, which makes me do melee damage, and we have our ore, which we haven't deposited yet. Okay, so let's start getting that smelting. We still have lots of other stuff smelting, and let's dump off the rest. So we have lots of stuff to continue to smelt through. Let's go check on our copper bars that are probably sitting in here previously smelted. Okay. Put that in there, and then we have more stuff that we want to smelt. So copper's not necessary, but I'm going to start smelting it just because I feel, because I feel like it's good. Probably should have more stations down the road. Honestly, eventually you're going to want to have like a ton of these stations. Like what we have going on right now, eventually will be expanded over here. Okay, so let's try this out. Now, it's been a while since I've made an automated farm for when it comes to farming these things. So let's take it one step at a time and try to remember what we need. So first things first, we know we need to have some sort of electricity, which is obviously right here. Then we need a generator, which takes 10 copper bars. So you got to be careful because obviously we're limited in copper, right? So we'll take one. Okay, and then we're going to need an electric wire, which you get quite a bit for this. There is delay circuits, which are needed for specific reasons. Delay circuits we're not going to get too much into right now. We also have to remember that we need to get to start making a lot of other things. So specifically what we have is we need to get a lot of wood, and we need to take that wood. So let's see how much extra wood we have. We don't have a lot. And we need to turn them into planks. This is necessary for later on down the road. So we have a little bit of planks. I'm going to keep going and getting a little bit more. So when we get to the next stage, we're going to need it. So don't worry about it right now. Okay. So let's go in here. First, I want to reinforce this because I'm missing scarlet bars. Wait, what? Oh, because it's not connected. Ugh. All right. So yeah, I guess I probably should start connecting that down the road. Okay. There we go. So now we want to take electrical wire. We're going to start moving some stuff around. Grab any. I think I left some. I thought I had conveyor belts somewhere. They weren't in my inventory, I don't believe. But we're going to need some conveyor belts too. So those are just used with tin. That should be okay. And yeah, like I said, we need electric wire, which we can obviously use to hide or other stuff. And then pressure plates we don't need. Lever is for if you want to turn it on or off. And we will take our spikes. Okay. So above here we have a bunch of slimes, right? So the slimes are everywhere. They're not just in one spot, and they're very annoying and stupid because they're just going to continuously spawn places, right? But you can have it where slimes are almost funneled to where you want them to be. So if we open up this area and slimes generally will spawn, I think they spawn off screen or something. There's some like weird stuff. I'd have to look at the wiki. I kind of forget how it is, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm pretty sure like off screen, whatever item or whatever biome you're in, things are going to spawn around it and blah, 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 blah. I don't remember the logistics of it, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So we want to clear out this area because we want free slimes. And it does not matter. Well, okay, so some things do matter because obviously if you have not slimes, you have other things, they might destroy the structures. So just just remember that a little bit. Okay, so we will need pretty much a lot of stuff for this. It's not just a little bit of conveyor belts, but I'm going to do a small variation of it, and then you guys get a chance to actually see what it's going to look like. Okay, so let's just take a little peek here. Still clearing this area out, and yes, it's okay to clear out a lot of slimes, but I don't really want to do that. I want to leave them alone. Okay, so let's start placing some stuff down and get ready for the next episode. I know you're like, what? How could you? But episode 22 is coming up right after this one. I hope to see you then, where we start to automate our farm for our slime farm.